Can you talk about how you implement that with patients to really get them to set goals, to see themselves getting better and see it through the finish line?
Oh, this is so important. So this goes to the more metaphysical, but super, super important, because we can give all the right protocols, the supplements, the nutrients, the labs, the medications, and still not have a good result. And what I found again in my own journey was I went through a divorce about 6 years ago, and I had before that been married almost 20 years. So that was the only life I'd really known. And what that did for me is it took me out of my comfort zone, threw me into this new, who am I? What's going on? What's life like as a single person? And what it allowed me to do, though, was look at my old patterns of security and comfort and safety. And one of the things I learned in that process was we talk about intuition. I have a really strong intuition, but I didn't trust it. I trusted just other people's opinions, and I was just waffling around. And then the second thing was I didn't really value or love myself. And I was very hard on I could be very kind and loving to the world around me, but I was horrible to myself. So that what happened is that trusting my intuition laid the foundation for me to have self-compassion and self-love in a healthy way. And I feel like I had more healing with learning those things, dealing with my childhood trauma, and trusting myself, trusting my intuition, having self-love and compassion, because then I could show patients how to do it, and I could recognize in themselves. It's funny, there's literally data out there. Some Gabor Mate, Vesser Vanderkool, and some of those guys talk about autoimmunity as a process of our self-loathing, because it's attack of self, right? I wouldn't say everybody has that, but there are a lot of commonality. And breast cancer itself, we see women that are more like nurturing kinds. It's from the breast, the nurturing organ. But what happens is we're over-nurturing to our loved ones, but we forget to nurture ourselves, and we're actually not taking care of ourselves. So those lessons with autoimmunity and breast cancer became very profound healing of my own. And so now I can recognize if someone has an old pattern of trauma or distrust or lack of self-confidence or self-loathing, and I go to those places. I'm not the expert, but I know people they can go to help do that work. And I literally write on a prescription pad, be kind to yourself, because that right there is just so powerful. And sometimes, like in my mirror, my bathroom cabinet, still to this day, I have a little sticky note that says, what does she need from me today? Mm-hmm. And that's just a reminder for me to say, okay, I can actually have a need and fulfill a need that before it was like, take care of everybody else, not yourself. So these little shifts that may sound like not science-based can be the most powerful foundations, because nowadays when I see these complex chronic people, they've had all the good supplements, they've been amazing doctors, but the work inside is where it really starts to show a shift.
It's so important. It's the little things. There's nothing bigger, as they say, and I totally agree. I mean, through all the different biohacks and therapies and technologies I've used, gratitude, meditation, slowing down, people around me showing more love have been the greatest, most profound ones on my health, at least.